Now, some of you may have noticed that it's been a while since we've seen another episode of The Long Dark from the Potato Chronicles series. Now, obviously, I'm not recording it on my laptop anymore. I'm doing it on my main computer, but there was, shall we say, a problem with recording the next episode. Let me show you what that looks like. However, what we're going to do is we're going to travel up past the church over here, and we're going to explore some of the farther reaches of this map. Now, there's another direction I need to go as well, but I am saving that, at least for now, because there's an actual climb area that you can use to get out of this spot, this town and this area here. And so I'm saving that for when I'm ready to move out of this part of the map. So as you can see, the video quality wasn't that good. And so I actually stopped recording partway through and restarted after I tweaked some settings. I did not account for the changes to the audio, and therefore the rest of the episode was captured with no audio. Now, if I'd captured my voice and not the game audio, I'd have done something creative and silly with it. But that wasn't an option because I captured neither one. So let me summarize what happened in the rest of the episode. I traveled up the road and found a worn military coat, which is very helpful. Then I found this message right here that turned out to show the location of an unknown cache, not the one I would find later. I then encountered a bear, which I put a bullet into, and apparently did well enough because I managed to hit the bear and scare it off. Now, for the next while, I ended up watching the bear and encountering the bear as things went along. But in the end, the bear disappeared and I had to move on and do other things. I did find the bear's cave and then explored the area underneath the bridge, finding this dead man and his car here and exploring it a little bit there. It was really just an interesting bit of story. Then I picked up some crow feathers and managed to not hit a rabbit. And got so mad I threw a rock at the ground. Got all the way up, then started thinking, you know what? I want to know what happened to the bear. So I turned around and I started heading back to where the bear was. Ended up going past the bear location and kind of exploring a little bit to find some new stuff. Found a bit of a dead end over here. Then turned the other direction and found a cave. And as I went through the cave, well, I did bump into a few interesting things, but not big ones. I found this poor guy who froze to death here, and I found a little claustrophobia-inducing hole that I managed to crawl through and find the exit to the other side of the cave, where I found this cute little bunker. Now, the bunker didn't have much in it, so it was only a brief exploration before I ended up heading back out and surveying the local area. On the way back through, I found this wolf that was not there before in that cave and thought it was really weird. But as I came out, I found the bear one more time, and of course it was time for some bullets for the bear again. And this ended up wasting a lot of ammunition, and I was really, really bummed about it. Eventually, though, I jumped back into the car. Here he is, just kind of making sure I'm not getting out of my car anytime soon. Eventually, I decided to spend the night here, sleeping away as best I could in the relative warmth of the car instead of wasting even more ammunition on this bear. The next day, I found the bear had passed away from his injuries. This being a great opportunity, I made certain I chopped him up and grabbed some of his skin and some of his meat. There was far more meat than I could ever possibly carry back. I did, on the way back, find this cabin area right here, another knife, and briefly explored it, but there was really not much interesting inside. On the way back through, I managed to come across this wolf. I shot at him with a flare gun, scaring him off briefly, but in the end I ended up having to use a regular flare to keep him at bay until I got all the way back to the town. Finally ended up spending the rest of the day cooking up this bear meat and everything else that was going on, and in the end I went to bed. So good night. We'll see you on a future episode of The Long Dark, Potato Chronicles.